Hey there. This is one of the half parts we're doing. Let me make sure everyone's like lined up well for this, I guess. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter what Beatrix has, just I don't even remember what I have on this account. This is my profile where I'm just running through, not doing as little as possible, so I can see, you know, the results of certain things. I guess, yeah, it's not that much wrong around him. So, first of all, this guy right here, first of all, I always think it's funny, his overworld model is kind of small. Like, if you really look at it, like, when you really look at it, he's kind of tiny, isn't he? It's kind of cute in a way, you know? It's kind of like a caterpillar in a way. Like, he scurries along and occasionally he, like, rears up to roar at you for some reason, just because, like, why not? You can totally skip this guy, by the way, by just doing this. Oh, what? Wow, okay, his hitbox is much bigger than I thought it was. Damn. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. I guess that's fine, because these Mistodons are... Their stats are the same as the ones from the Aoife tree. However, their ATB is actually different. And among other things, one of the big differences is that unlike the Mistodons elsewhere, these ones don't have like a mist counter. They'll just use mist whenever they feel like it. It's just a small chance, but they can just use it totally randomly, basically. For whatever reason. It's just a random, like, I don't know why it's different like that. I guess just to do something, I don't know. It's different because it's different, I don't know. There are other changes though, and I will try to show that off if I can here. Just potion it up. Oh, so let's see if I can skip this screen. I don't know how you're. I think you're supposed to kind of squeeze in something like this. You just kind of. I don't remember how you do it. It's like you have to like stutter step in like a certain way or something like that. I don't remember, but I digress. It doesn't matter. One other interesting difference too is that for whatever reason, I say for whatever reason, it's to make it easier. These ones have like a. So I said how they have the same stats. That's true in terms of their base stats. However, when the battle starts, part of their script, I guess their AI script, actually like divides their attack, I guess their strength and magic stats by 2. So they have like essentially half as much power as usual. Their base stats are exactly the same, but they're just given like an ATB to make them weaker. Which is interesting, I guess. Like, I don't know. It's surprising me that they would do it in such a way, but also, like, I guess it makes sense. I don't know how the game stores the different monster fields, because, like, if I go to a monster formation editor, like, you use Hades Workshop is a big one. You can edit these ones like separately from the ones on the Aoife tree, and from the ones on the overworld of later in the game. But for whatever reason, like I don't know how that works. Like I don't know if that's like a post-production thing or whatever. It's weird. It's just one of those like quirks, you know. Another thing is that apparently they like avoid using their little like head attack on sleeping targets. They'll avoid that from what I've seen, but also like only one of their head attacks actually checks that, so I'm not actually sure about that. It's kind of weird. Man, the music here is still so good. There's not really much more to it than that. Like, their stats are a little different, sorta, in a way. And I mean, I guess you can, you know, well, I guess I can put on Insomniac, but that doesn't matter. If anything, I want to see if I can get put to sleep and have it, like, actually matter. But other than that, yeah, we'll just leave that. I'm gonna see if I can get the fight where I'm gonna try to see if I can start the trance fight with Steiner dead. I think there's 3 fights here, right? So I'll just kill him off after the second one. That should work fine, I think. This game has a lot of things like that. Like, I don't know if that's like an oversight or if that's just like like something related to the way the game actually handles the random attacks. Because like I was saying, like basically, like Mist is added to the random attack list, and nice, and like when they do their attack list, like their attack, I've definitely mentioned this before, where their attack list is like head attack is in that list like 3. I think it's actually in that list 4 times. Because for whatever reason, it's like 3 head attacks, 2 Fyras. Mist is in there twice, and then after the 2 Mists is another head attack. And that last head attack is the one that actually checks if the target they're trying to hit is asleep or not. Why? I have no idea. I don't know if that's like, if maybe the way that it does it is it'll actually, like, if it checks the other head attacks, it'll properly like go the last one regardless and be like, oh yeah, don't do this if you're asleep or whatever. Like, maybe, I don't know. Anyways, you wanna either trance Steiner or just like do something else. I don't know. I guess actually I just want to, because I want Steiner to be dead here, so let's just kill Steiner, but like first of all smack this guy once so Beatrix can finish it off. Oh wait, well Steiner's tranced, but I guess that'll make him kill himself real good. Man, they're really not putting me to sleep though, huh? Nice job, Steiner. I guess if Steiner's dead, I can't really show it off, but like, because like I assume that if both of them are like, actually I'm not sure. I guess if both of them were asleep, or like if there's one of them alive still and the last one alive is dead. Oh, there's a 4th fight. Damn it! Why did I think there was only 3? Damn it! How many times have I done this part of the game? I don't know, man. It's because a lot of these fights are pretty easy. What can I say? I'll just cast life. There you go. I mean, this is what you're supposed to do if you're doing an Excalibur 2 perfect game. You just let Steiner die, and Beatrix can actually take the experience because she's not like, unlike with the Tantalus members, she's not taking anyone's slot. She's actually like a proper separate party member. Even at the end of the game, when you've beaten everything, she's still loaded in. Unlike the others. Which is kind of an interesting quirk. It means that she's like the easiest one to get working, essentially, if you wanted to add her to the game properly. I guess we'll revive Steiner. There's the full life animation. And hey, you want to put us to sleep or something? Okay, so I think they should avoid head attacking Steiner. They'll either fire at him or just like hit Beatrix instead. I'm not 100% on that though. I mean, I am fairly certain that that's a thing. I just don't know if it applies to all their head attacks or just like their weird last one. I don't even know. Like, it's weird. I mean, that one definitely did, so I guess that's just an oversight or some weird quirk. You can definitely see they're using it way more often now, though. Right, when we were at the Aoife tree, they would only use it once in a while because they would have to they would have to use a certain amount of attacks to actually like get off another mist. Whereas here they can just randomly keep using it over and over again. Ooh. Hey, who knows what's up with that? I mean, that might not even be an oversight. Maybe that's just like some weird like mercy rule or something. Because if they use head attack on you while you're asleep, right, it gets the 50% damage bonus. What, it missed? Damn, that's rare. One of the side effects of Save the Queen scaling with levels, I do like that it essentially results in Beatrix very quickly getting stronger in this part of the game because she levels up a bunch. Because these guys give a lot of EXP, so she starts off like doing decent damage. Now she's already doing like 1,000 plus just from a couple of these fights. Anyways, I'll see you later for Tantarian because I don't think there's anything else to show for now. So yeah, see you when we fight Tantarian. Okay, it's Tantarian time. I forgot to mention, so the front of Tantarian's little book there is the mask guy from 5. But if you look, you can see, holy shit! Freya just got fucked. The spine has the little demon dude, and on the back of the book is the bug guys. I forget which page number each one is. I think the demon dude on the spine is page 32. I think the bug guy is page 64? Or is the bug guy... No, the bug guy is page 128, right? And I think the blue demon head that Tantarian's based on is 64, and then the mask guy is 256. So there's a couple things you can do to kind of help out with Tantarian. I might actually be boned here if I'm not careful. I'm gonna see if I can slow it. Of course not. One thing, I haven't even talked about how Spare Change works yet, but Spare Change is great for this guy because it does like any sort of fixed damage. You can just throw, like I can just throw Spare Change and see how much damage it does. Perfect! It literally opens them up in one try. Perfect. Like, that's fantastic. So one thing, of course, you can do is Tantarian is, big surprise, he's vulnerable to blind, like most things in this game are. So if you want, you can throw a couple tents at him to see if you can get it to stick. I made sure to equip Anti-Bomb on everyone this time. See if it actually sticks. Classic. How many tries do you think it's going to take? Gah. There we go. Blind will, of course, make his his edge attack won't hit you very often anymore, and of course it also means he can't dodge anymore, which is nice. Other than that, there's really not much to this guy. Like, he has some interesting quirks, like he actually becomes not weak to fire. Like, he has he has 3 elemental properties. So, first two is that he's weak to fire and holy, and the third one is that he's takes half damage from shadow. You have no access to holy at this point. You did actually have access to one shadow attack earlier when we had Steiner, because Dark Side is a shadow attack, so Dark Side would actually be weaker against this guy, unfortunately. And of course we have plenty of access to Fire thanks to Vivi. However, when he closes his book, he actually stops being weak to fire specifically. So only when he's open is he weak to fire, which doesn't make a huge difference, but it does mean that when you don't get the bonus damage, so it does make it a little harder to open him up with Vivi's fire, essentially. Of course, if you're trying to steal from him, slowing him is pretty good, because it can let you get in like 2 steals per cycle. Of course, you have to actually hit it, and I have terrible luck with like slow for some reason. Of course, if you have Soul Blade, you know the Soul Blade to the right thing, you can use. You could Soul Blind Darkness. I think that's really the only one that matters. He's technically you can mini him. For whatever reason, he's vulnerable to mini, but obviously at this point, Classic, we have no access to mini at this point. So the best one you can do is you can just throw on the Ogre and Soul Blade with that, because Zidane's not doing damage in this fight anyways. Right? There's no reason to attack with Zidane for most of the fights, and when Tantarian's closed, it doesn't matter. He has 255 defense and 255 match defense, so everything is going to do minimum damage anyways. At that point, there's no difference. Yeah, that's pretty much it. He's not vulnerable to really anything else. I mean, obviously, if he gets beat up, like, there's still Paper Storm can fuck you up. Like, even at this point, Paper Storm's still pretty strong. Well, it's decided it's less party wipe instantly, like it was before. I'm actually kind of curious about this. Does Jump make Tantarian close? I'm actually not 100% on this. I think it's just any physical attack, even ones that aren't necessarily like normal ones, because like I think Spare Change will make him close. It's a little weird. Yeah, see, there you go. Thankfully, I can just Spare Change again. I'll talk a bit more about how Spare Change works properly once we actually like start using it. It's also worth noting that the damage you do to Tantarian adds to that counter that shows, page 167 or whatever. However, he actually only opens up specifically when you attack him. If you do damage him through a counter, because he uses Edge on you and you counter it, it'll add to his damage counter, but it won't actually make him open up. So if you do enough damage to make him open up, but you did it through a counter, it won't work. You have to attack him again, basically. So you have to be kind of careful about that. It doesn't come up too much, because he can only counter, his... only one of his attacks can trigger a counter, because Paper Storm can't be countered. It is something to keep in mind. Lucky 7 is another skill that's very good for this guy, because if Zidane's at 7, if he has a 7 HP in his last digit, so the 7 and 77 damage isn't too big a deal, but the 777 damage will open him up, and I believe the quadruple 7s will also open him up, right? Yeah, it should. So, like, you have a 50% chance for Zidane to just force his book open, essentially. In fact, since we're here, let's see if we can trigger that. By just chipping away at Zidane a bit here. Of course he misses. Well, I guess I'll force him open again, because Zidane's being a dick. You'll notice that Spare Change is getting slightly stronger. In fact, I didn't even think about the fact that, yeah, no, I guess that's true. Huh. I guess it doesn't work forever, because, yeah, once, uh-oh, well, so much for that. Figures as soon as his HP gets to a 7-digit, now they're all just gonna die. Hey, nice. Oh, you can counter Paper Storm. See what I mean, though? That would have done enough damage to open him up. But since he countered, it didn't actually work. So I have to chip at him again with Vivi. And it does add to the counter, as you can see. And that is something to keep in mind. Other than that, I think that's it for this fight. Like, I'm not gonna finish this because I'm getting beat up. Datarian's pretty simple at its core in terms of like execution, but there is like some interesting things to think about with this guy. I want to see if I can get one lucky 7 off though. Cause like, why not? Doesn't seem to want to happen. You know what? You know how the skill works. I think that's pretty much everything I'm showing off, because I showed off some of the details about Steiner and Beatrix. I fucked up skipping that one Mistodon, but you can skip that first Mistodon, just in case you're wondering. Like, they do it during the speedrun, it's just I suck, so, you know, what can you do? Anyways, that'll be it for this half part. See you guys later.